Trophy number 47. That number alone just ended the greatest debate in football history. But what happened in the MLS Cup final wasn't just about adding another piece of silverware to Messi's already impossible collection. There was a moment, 71st minute, score 1-1, Vancouver hitting the post twice, where it looked like the dream might die. Where the retirement league critics would have their validation. Where Messi's American conquest would be incomplete. And then he did something that reminded everyone why he's the greatest player who ever lived. Before I show you the exact moment, Messi silenced an entire continent of doubters and broke a record that will never be matched. You absolutely must subscribe to Cyberboot, because in the next 11 minutes, you're going to witness history, heartbreak, and the perfect ending to one of football's most beautiful chapters. Last night, Messi conquered America, and he did it his way. Welcome back to Cyberboot, where we don't just report football. We celebrate its greatest moments and dissect its most profound stories. Last night, Inter Miami defeated the Vancouver Whitecaps 3-1 to win the MLS Cup, the biggest prize in American soccer. Lionel Messi was named MVP, he delivered 2 crucial assists, and he secured the 47th major trophy of his professional career. 47. To put that in perspective, no player in the history of football, not Pelé, not Maradona, not Cristiano Ronaldo, not any player from any era, has won more trophies than Lionel Messi. But this video isn't about statistics, it's about vindication. Because when Messi announced he was joining Inter Miami in 2023, the football world, especially Europe, mocked the decision. The MLS is a retirement league. He's running away from real competition. He'll never win anything meaningful again. Last night, in front of a sold-out crowd and millions watching worldwide, Messi answered every single one of those critics. But the match wasn't easy. There was a moment of crisis. A moment where Vancouver came within inches of taking the lead, and a moment where Messi had to produce magic to save the dream. Let me take you inside the drama, the records, and the emotional farewell that made this MLS Cup final one of the most beautiful nights in football history. To understand why last night mattered so much, we need to go back to June 2023, when Messi shocked the world by choosing Inter Miami over a return to Barcelona or a move to Saudi Arabia as limitless wealth. The response from European football media and fans was brutal. Messi is chasing money, not glory. The MLS is where careers go to die. He'll never compete at the highest level again. Even respected pundits questioned whether Messi was making a sporting decision or a financial one. The narrative was clear. Messi was retiring, just doing it on an American beach instead of a European pitch. But here's what those critics missed. Messi had nothing left to prove in Europe. He'd won 4 Champions League titles, 10, La Liga titles, 7, Copa del Rey titles, the World Cup, multiple Ballon d'Or. Awards. What else was there? A 5th Champions League, an 11th La Liga. Messi chose America for a different reason, to build something. To take a struggling franchise, Inter Miami were dead last in MLS when he arrived, and turn them into champions. From day one, Messi's mission was clear. Win the MLS Cup. Not just participate, not just collect a paycheck. Win. And last night, after 18 months of building, after leading Miami from last place to the playoffs, after carrying them through the knockout rounds, he completed the mission. But it wasn't easy. Before we continue, I want your take. Do you think the MLS is a retirement league, or has Messi proven it's a competitive environment worthy of respect? Drop your answer in the comments, retirement league or competitive. Let's settle this debate. The MLS Cup final kicked off at a sold-out stadium in Miami. Inter Miami in their iconic pink and black. Vancouver Whitecaps in their traditional blue and white, and the tension was immediate. Inter Miami started aggressively. Messi, operating in his false 9 role, dropped deep to collect the ball and orchestrate attacks. His Argentine World Cup winning teammates, Jordi Alba on the left, Sergio Busquets in midfield, Rodrigo de Paul as the advanced midfielder, were all in sync. In the 22nd minute, Miami took the lead. A flowing move down the right wing, a cutback into the box, and a clinical finish, 1-0. The crowd erupted. The dream was alive. For the next 30 minutes, Messi controlled the tempo. He wasn't running at defenders. He's 37 years old. He doesn't need to. Instead, he was positioning himself perfectly, finding pockets of space, delivering those inch-perfect passes that unlock defenses. At halftime, it looked comfortable. Miami were dominant. Vancouver hadn't created a single clear chance, but football, especially finals, rarely goes according to plan. The second half began, and suddenly Vancouver came alive. 60th minute, a Vancouver corner kick. Chaos in the Miami penalty area. The ball falls to a Whitecaps midfielder, and he smashes it into the net. 1-1. The Miami fans fell silent. The momentum shifted completely. The near disaster, and then, in the space of 5 minutes, Vancouver hit the post twice. 63rd minute, a long-range shot from Vancouver's Canadian international midfielder. The ball curls toward the top corner. Messi watches from midfield, helpless. It smashes the post and bounces out. 67th minute, a Vancouver counterattack. Their striker is one-on-one with Miami's goalkeeper. He shoots, the keeper gets a touch, the ball deflects, and hits the post again. The MLS Cup, Messi's mission, Miami's dream, was seconds away from collapsing. If either of those shots had gone in, Vancouver would have led 2-1. The momentum would have been unstoppable, and Messi's American conquest would have ended in heartbreak. But this is where greatness reveals itself. Not when everything is going perfectly, but when the moment demands magic. 71st minute. Score still 1-1. Vancouver in possession near the halfway line. A Whitecaps midfielder receives the ball, takes a heavy touch, and suddenly, Messi pounces. He steals the ball with the instinct of a predator. One touch to control, one glance to scan the field, and then that pass. A perfect, threaded through ball between two Vancouver defenders. Rodrigo de Paul, Messi's World Cup winning teammate, is sprinting into space. He takes one touch to control, one touch to shoot, and the ball is in the net. 2-1 Inter Miami. The assist wasn't flashy. It wasn't a 40-yard diagonal. It was simple, but it was perfect, and that's Messi's genius, doing the simple thing with such precision that it becomes unstoppable. Here's my second question. What's your favorite type of Messi moment? The solo dribbles, the long-range goals, or the inch-perfect assists? Comment below. I want to know what this community values most about his game. After De Paul's goal, Miami didn't sit back. They pushed for the insurance goal, and in stoppage time Messi delivered again. 93rd minute. Vancouver desperately pushing forward, trying to equalize. They lose the ball. Miami counter. Messi receives it near the halfway line. Most players would slow down, run the clock, keep possession. But Messi sees something. His young Argentine teammate, Tadeo Allende, sprinting down the left wing. Messi delivers another perfect through ball. Allende is through on goal. He slots it calmly past the keeper. 3-1. Game over. Champions. After the final whistle, Messi was named MLS Cup MVP. 2 assists. Complete control of the match. The defining performance when his team needed him most. But the individual award is almost irrelevant, because the real achievement is the number Trophy 47. Lionel Messi is now the most decorated player in the history of football. Not just modern football, not just the professional era. The history of the sport. For context, Cristiano Ronaldo, 35 major trophies. Dani Alves, the previous record holder, 46 trophies. Messi, 47 trophies. And remember, Messi is 37 years old. He's not done yet. He could play another season. He could win the Copa America again. He could add a 48th, 49th, 50th trophy. This record will never be broken. Not in our lifetimes. Probably not ever. But beyond the numbers, beyond the records, beyond the trophies, there's something even more beautiful about last night's victory. Because this wasn't just Messi's final, it was a farewell. Before the MLS playoffs began, 2 of Messi's closest friends and former Barcelona teammates made an announcement. Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets were retiring. Both players confirmed that the MLS Cup final would be their last professional game. After decades at the highest level, World Cups, Champions Leagues, La Liga titles, they were ending their careers together, alongside Messi in Miami. After the final whistle, the 3 of them embraced on the pitch, tears in their eyes, smiles on their faces, champions one last time. Think about what they achieved together. multiple Champions League titles with Barcelona, World Cup 2010, Busquets, and countless trophies for Spain, countless El Clasico victories, and now an MLS Cup to close the chapter. This wasn't supposed to happen. When they all left Barcelona, the expectation was that they'd fade into quiet retirements, maybe win a few domestic cups, maybe enjoy the sunshine and the paychecks. Instead, they came to America, built a championship team from scratch, and won the biggest prize in MLS together. That's the part that makes this story beautiful. Because football isn't just about trophies and records. It's about moments. It's about friendships. It's about writing the perfect ending to a story that seemed impossible. Final question before we wrap up. If you could have any 3 players from history team up for one final season, who would you choose? Messi, Alba, and Busquets just showed us how magical it can be. Drop your dream trio in the comments. So there you have it. Lionel Messi's conquest of America is complete. Trophy number 47, MLS Cup MVP. A perfect farewell for his Barcelona brothers. And the definitive answer to everyone who doubted his decision. Before you go, I need 3 things from you. Subscribe to Cyberboot right now. We're here to celebrate football's greatest moments, break down the tactics, and tell the stories that matter. If you love this sport, this is your home. Hit that like button if you believe Messi just silenced every single critic who called the MLS a retirement league. Your engagement tells YouTube that people want real football content, not just highlight compilations. Get in the comments and answer my 3 questions. Is the MLS a retirement league or competitive? What's your favorite Messi moment? Dribbles, goals, or assists? What's your dream trio of players teaming up for one final season? I'm reading every comment. This is your community. Let's celebrate greatness together. Last night, Messi reminded us why we fell in love with football. Not because of the trophies, not because of the records, but because of the magic. The moment in the 71st minute when he turned crisis into victory with one perfect pass. The tears of joy when he lifted the trophy alongside his brothers. Trophy number 47, the most decorated player in football history. And he's not done yet. This has been Cyberboot, where we don't just watch football, we live it.